Good morning. I'm Jeff Shuren. I'm the director of FDA's Center for Devices and Radiological Health. I'd like to welcome you to our 6th town hall meeting. I actually can't believe we started this about a year and a half ago and committed to hold 3 town halls each year in different places in the country. And this is our 6th and last one for 2011. We had started this back in 2010 under the recognition that too often we hear from the public if they would like to come out to Washington, D.C. And normally it's the context of a public meeting where we pick the topic. And we said, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense because many people can't come out to Washington, D.C. So we said, well, why don't we come out to all of you and make this about what you want to talk about? And that's what's the purpose of this town hall, for you to raise issues that are important to you, to ask the questions that are on your mind, and we will try to the best we can answer them. I'm going to apologize in advance as it regards answers to questions. So if you're within the Beltway in Washington, D.C., you will know that if we're in the midst of considering something, we're developing policy, we don't tend to talk about the specifics. It's not been cleared, we have a lot of protocols, and we just simply have to abide by that. Sometimes we can't talk about things because they're privileged or confidential. So I may get into Washington bureaucratic speech. And I will apologize in advance, but we're bound by it. And actually that's a benefit for all because otherwise we start saying one thing and it turns out it changes to something else, creates a lot of confusion and distraction. Our town hall meeting is broken up into 2 parts. The first are people who have signed up to speak. I'm going to apologize to a number of people in advance. We had far many more people who wanted to speak than we had time to do so. And we tried to assure that we had people speaking on a range of topics. However, during the question and answer session, which is the second part, anyone can come up to the microphone and ask a question. If you want to make a statement, all I ask is keep it very, very short, really under a minute. Say it, ask a short question so we have ample time to address issues and concerns or comments by anyone else in the audience who wants to come up. Joining me here today is, and I'll ask them to raise their hand or stand up, Steve Silberman, who is the director of our Office of Compliance, and Dr. Alberto Gutierrez, who's the director of our Office of In Vitro Diagnostics. Also helping out is Heather Howell, who is our deputy director of Office of Communications, Education, and Radiological Program. And Heather will be calling up the people who have signed up to speak.
Anthony Watson, this is my last quote, of the FDA concluded the meeting saying, "We're going to go back, as I mentioned, and really hit this. And hopefully, we'll come out with something that everyone can be proud of." My question is, when will the FDA come out with something that everyone can be proud of?
So, when I came to CDRH, and this was in late 2009, we had received concerns about prior assessments of of the evidence on dental amalgam. And one of the things I did is I reconvened the advisory panel. And we had that meeting in December, as you know, 2010. We've gone back and we looked at the evidence, and what I can tell you is we intend to come out with an announcement by the end of this year.
And what will that be?
Well, you see, if I were saying that, then I'd be announcing it today. But in all seriousness, no, we are coming out with, that is our intent, come out with an announcement by the end of the year, and then we'll explain things at that point. But we are wrapping up on that right
Why
now.
don't you tell us now?
Because it's not finished going through for the process.
What process?
So we will, by the end of the year, we will make an announcement. And I appreciate, folks raising their concerns, coming here and talk. We've gone back, we've looked at the science, we've taken the concerns seriously, and like I said, intent is by the end of the year, we'll make an announcement. So thank you.